Yo, what's going on? It's KD. It's KD. This is my channel. Thanks for joining me. Hey, let's talk about some things today. So, hey, as always, I got some thoughts to share with you. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's talk about some things, all right? But I got a thought coming for you today, all right? Now, if you online anywhere, you cannot miss the topics of when ladies are asking, they saying, hey, I want a man to do my hair, do my nails, and pay all the bills. Where these men at? You want to take me on a date? I don't want to go to this restaurant, blah, blah. It's got to be on this level, whatever. But the conversation where ladies are saying, oh, you going to do my hair? You going to do my nails? I want a man to pay all the bills. If he ain't paying all the bills, I'm not interested. I don't want no 50-50, all this stuff. So that's what intrigued me. And I was like, you know what, man, let me do a video on that. Let me talk about that a little bit. And it's not to down any women about this. It's just my thoughts on it. And again, hey, the comment section is open. All right, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Fire off. Let's talk about some things. But I specifically want to get into this, do my hair and nails and pay all the bills. So you want a man to pay all your bills. Fair enough. Let's get into this thought process. Okay, a man paying all the bills. So this is my thought on this, ladies. And let's get into it though. The women that are saying this, not all women, of course, the women that are saying, I want a man to pay all my bills, get my hair and my nails done, all this stuff. Fair enough. You can ask for anything that you want. But the majority of women that are asking for this, I can just tell you, you're not prepared for it. You're not ready for that kind of man. You're not. There it is. My thought is that the women that are making these statements that I'm not going 50-50, I want a man to pay all the bills and get my hair and nails done and do all this stuff, you're not ready for a man like that. Now, why? I'll tell you why. One is because you got to think, what kind of man, if he's with you and he's paying all the bills, hair, nails, everything, the whole nine, what kind of man that's paying all the bills, taking care of everything, is sitting at home all day? See, this kind of man, whether he owns businesses, he's a boss, he owns companies, or he just works and he makes it happen, his time is valuable and is very rarely spent at home on the couch around you all day. That's just not likely. So, given, that's one. He's not going to be around a lot. He's going to be working, or he's going to be out there making it happen. Now, the money's going to be good, but his time is valuable, and it's better spent creating rather than just sitting there on the couch or wherever, going off shopping or whatever you might want to do. So that's one thing. Now, if his time is not spent with you, then what are you doing with that time? I mean, think about it. Now, I'm asking this realistically. What are you doing with that time? If he's not at home, but all the bills are paid, you got no responsibility whatsoever. I mean, you clean or whatever, or you cook, do all this stuff, but he's not at home to be spending time with you. You know what you complain about? You complain about him not being there enough, or it's not enough time spent. See, right there, you don't like that. You don't want somebody that can't spend time with you. And usually if he's highly successful, he's engaged. He is making something happen with his time because, again, his time is valuable. So you're going to complain about him not being there. You're not ready for that. You don't have the discipline to sustain yourself and understand that you're not going to see him as much as you think. And you're going to find yourself with somebody who has time, don't have half that shit, and you're going to be right back in the same situation you're in right now, complaining about how dudes ain't shit, and you want a man to pay all your bills. You're going to be right back where you're starting from. Now, again, we're going to get back into it. So I feel like when women are just asking for this, pay my bills, all this stuff, hair and nails done, whole nine, you want to benefit from the disciplines of somebody else. And okay, fair enough. I get that. Let's give him to you. He's paying all the bills. All right, now we already established that his time is gone. But now that he's paying all the bills, you got your hair and nails done. I mean, there are ladies that get their hair and nails done, but a lot of times they're cooking the meals, Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're making sure the kids are good, the house is good. They are on point when he calls and he needs anything. And they don't really need their nails done to do what they need to do at home. Now, it's done sometimes, but they don't really care about that. But I got a question for you, ladies. I got a question for you. Think about this. You're asking for this, right? There are women right now that have their hair done, their nails done, and all their bills are paid. Vacations, trip, shopping, everything. And they're living good. And they didn't have to ask for it. There are women right now, men are gladly paying all their bills, everything. They're not side chicks, they're wives, but they're getting all their bills paid. Some of them are girlfriends, but they're getting all their bills paid. Hair, nails, trips, vacation, shopping, baby, what you need, I got you. And they don't have to ask for it. They're not out here saying, I want a man to do. They don't have to ask for it. So I got a question for you. What's the difference between them and you? What are they doing for their men that you aren't doing? Why is it that they can get everything that you're asking for without asking for it? You got to ask, what kind of woman is she? So let me tell you this. You ever seen men that will date you for 5 years, sometimes 10 years, and never marry you, and then they could meet a woman and marry her within months? Yeah, you know about it. Now, the reason is because that type of woman, she creates the best version of a man. And that man knows her value off the rip. And if I meet you and you create the best version of me, then I want to create an atmosphere that creates the best version of you. And that comes from alleviating stress, bills, any worry, responsibility. Hey, no, I want the best version of you because you create the best version of me. You make me better. Whoever you are and however you are as a woman, you inspire me, you encourage me, you make me better, and I need you to be at your best. So I'm going to take care of these bills. I'm going to make sure you don't have to worry about anything because I need the best version of you, because that best version of you creates the best version of me. You got to think about that, ladies. A lot of you ladies don't create the best version of men. And you can tell because look at your conversation and what you're asking for. Everything you're talking about has to do with you and only you. Everything you talk about is self-serving. What about this? And I want that. And I want this. And I want that. Not one time are you talking about what you can do or create for this man to make him better, to make him want to do those things and sustain doing it. Continue doing these things for you. Change your life on that level. Why would he do that for you when all you're talking about is self-serving things? Now, I get it. You think that, oh, well, I'll change. As soon as he's paying the bills, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do this. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's a lie. You won't. And you know how I know? Because of your conversation right now. Everything you're saying about your current state, it communicates your practices. It's what you're practicing right now. You can only do what you're in the practice of doing, what you've been practicing. You can't give what you don't have. And if you're not content with self, then how are you going to bring me peace? You're not even peaceful within yourself. And if you're only talking about self-serving things, what you can get and what you want, and not one time you're talking about doing something for me or creating something for me, then that's what you're in the practice of doing. And you're not going to change that overnight. Like, you know, how some women say, oh, yeah, well, I'm only going to do girlfriend stuff until I become a wife. And then I'm going to do wife stuff. That's not true. You still going to do girlfriend stuff and it's not going to work out because you're only in the practice of doing girlfriend stuff. You see, you can't do something you're not in the practice of doing. You're not just going to show up on game day and absolutely perform and never read the playbook, never done anything outside of that. So until you get out of this self-serving nature and, well, I want a man to do this, I want a man, and looking at a man for what you could use him for, what you could get from him, and start looking at actually how you can create the best version of this man. How can I be someone that has peace for this man, that creates peace? Is by having peace within yourself, being content within yourself. You're complaining right now about what you don't have, which means that you're in the practice of looking for things that you don't have instead of appreciating what you do have and being grateful for that. You see what I'm saying? You're in the practice of looking for what you don't have, which means that even if you got a man to pay all the bills, you're going to turn around and find something that he's not doing because that's what you're used to doing. That's what you're in the practice of doing. You get it? Now, I know it might not make sense, and I would love to hear, I want this debate. I mean, comment on it and tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong about this. Because again, if you're out there and all the bills are paid and all you're talking about is getting your hair and your nails done, and you're talking about what you want and I don't want 50-50, this and that, I'm not hearing anything peaceful. I'm not hearing contentment. I'm not hearing that I can make this man better. And that's why a man invests in you. And that's why a man wants to pay all your bills, because you know what? Having you around me inspires me. It's like a muse. You make me better. You make me stronger. I perform at a higher level because of you. I got to pay your bills. I got to make sure you don't have any worries or concerns, because I need you at your best, because you put me at my best. You keep me on point. You help me. You see what I'm saying? You're not just around me to help yourself. And that's a big difference. And men can hear it in your conversation. That's why you get so much friction, you know? And again, so we playing this game. You got this man that's paying all the bills. But again, you don't have the discipline to sit there and understand that his time is not going to be spent with you like that, right? So what are you doing? You got this hair and his nails done. It ain't for him. He's at work or he's out there making it happen. So, you know, you are ladies that like to be on the scene. You want to be out there with your girls and on the scene and all this stuff. You know what happens out there on the scene? You are out there on the scene trying to impress people that, I don't know, for whatever reason. But what happens is that you start spending time with people, with guys that do have time. You start spending time with people that do have time. And it's fun. It's great because you need that. You need that connection. You want that connection. Again, that discipline isn't there. So you're going to be around somebody that does what you do, enjoys what you enjoy. And next thing you know, oh, things just didn't work out. And you know what happens? You get with this person who doesn't have half of that. You're going to be back in the 50-50 conversation argument, doing the same thing you're doing right now, complaining about how men ain't shit, where the good men at, and I want a man to pay all my bills, simply because you're not ready for that man. You are not ready. And instead of taking responsibility and accountability, saying that, you know what, I'm not ready. You want that. I mean, heck, nobody wants to damn work. If somebody gave me $1 million, I could sit on my ass, I would probably do it too. But the thing about it is that you're asking for it from someone else, but you're not ready for it. You remember when your mom used to say, you go in there, eat too much and you couldn't finish your plate, and your mom used to say, your eyes were bigger than your stomach? That's this situation. So all you ladies out there screaming about, I want a man to pay all my bills and get my hair and my nails done. See, you want that stuff done so you can go do what you want to do with it. You understand? You don't want that stuff done so you can benefit that man and create the best version of that man. Because one, you don't know how. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here screaming and asking for somebody to come do something that you should already be doing for yourself. And if not, then you should be content in that fact. Because again, men aren't stupid. We know. We just let you talk, but we know. And all you're doing is letting us know that you're not ready. You are not content. You don't have peace. And if you're not the best version of yourself, then how can you help me create the best version of myself? How can you help me be better if you don't even know how to be better yourself? I mean, you got to ask yourself that, because ladies are out here and they're getting all their bills paid. They are comfortable. They are living good. And you know what? They're probably not hanging around you. So you got to ask yourself, if you're out here complaining and you're out here asking for this, but there are women that are getting exactly what you're asking for and they don't have to ask for it, you might want to find them. You might want to understand, what are they doing that I'm not? How are they attracting these men and I can't? Instead of blaming the men, I think you need to look internally and say, you know what, let me upgrade some things. Let me check myself on some things. Because nobody's just going to show up to do your hair and nails and pay all your bills and you continue the course that you're on. That's just ridiculous. All right, that's ridiculous. And unless you're out here trying to create some kind of exchange, and you know what I mean, some kind of exchange, and you're really serious about being taken seriously by men and them looking at you that way, then you need to really ask yourself, how can I create the best version of a man? And it doesn't come from self-serving. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. You could be upset about it, whatever. Put it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. We could debate about it. If you don't like what I said, invite me on your show. Let me talk to you about it. And then tell me why I'm wrong and how I'm wrong. But I really do feel like, hey, you could ask for it all day. It's your God-given right. You can ask for anything you want. But the reality of it is in my thoughts, is that you are not ready for that. Just like a lot of women ask for good men. Y'all aren't ready for them. But yeah, there are women out here getting all their bills paid. They living good. So you might want to find one of them and figure out what they doing that you not. But anyway, this is my thoughts, man. Thanks for hanging out with me, man. We're gonna do this again, man. This was fun. I really enjoyed this one. And hey, leave some comments. I'm gonna rap on it some more too, because this was pretty fun. I'm waiting for the comments of, we hate you. This was stupid. Blah blah. You're wrong. Hey, all I can say is check yourself, man. Check yourself. Let's do it. All right. I'll talk to you later.